Melodies, hey from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Good morning. How is everyone and how was your weekend? I had a tiring weekend. It was good. It was really good fun, in fact. But yeah, kind of tiring. I went out on Saturday night just to see the sunset and then to meet up with a friend. But where I went for the sunset, there was a prize draw of a swim for sharks, and so I stuck around because there's a lot of people there, and so it was a really social event. It was really nice, and I stuck around and I bought some raffle tickets and I won, of course. I always win. I'm very lucky. Are you very lucky? I was telling my friends, I'm like, I always win, and I did. I won a $500, not dollar, that would have been nice, 500 baht bar tab at the place we were at, which I haven't used. I'll use it another time. Hey Maria, so how was your weekend? Did you win anything too? So it wasn't date, it was like hot date apparently on the energy update. It wasn't hot date for me, but I did have a really nice time with a lot of people. It ended up being a really late night because I met up with a friend and we went somewhere and we had something. Then we went somewhere else, but she went home. But then my friend, my other friend that was there, she wanted to go somewhere else, and it's somewhere I wanted to go to too. So we went, and then we were with all of these people, and it was just so much fun. And then we went somewhere else too, and I ended up getting home really late. But I had a lot of dancing, a lot of good times, and I'm tired now. I'm tired. Those late nights, they really take it out of me now. How about you guys? Can you do that still? It's fun when I do it, but wow, I was wiped out yesterday. I slept all morning. And then the afternoon I wasn't up to much either, and I'm still feeling a bit low today. And I've got a breakout underneath my eye, which is big. How are you, Maria? How was your weekend? So let's get some cards out. So, mini reads. Let's see. Mini reads. Well, what was that? Mini reads. No. None of them in so far. If you would like if you'd like to have a mini read, if you've got a question for your higher self, you can ask away. Book one of those in. I've popped a link for that in the live chat there. Well, let's get some cards out for Twin Flames and see what's going on. Also, a lot of my friends at the moment have got colds. And I felt it coming on yesterday, and I'm still kind of feeling it in the background. It's not full. It's just, you know when you just get like a little bit sniffy and just like slight symptoms. I'm going to have to be really careful to look after myself. Perhaps do a short day today. I'll just do the pick a card read after this and be done with it. But yeah, I don't want that to take hold. Okay, so Twin Flames, what have we got going on? We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Investing. What to invest in? Investing on money. Probably not when we're talking about relationships, but time, energy, our messages, all of that kind of thing. And generally I don't invest that much until they do. I let them make the first move now. So if someone starts chatting to me, I'm not going to be the one to kind of keep it going. Because there's a few guys that'll message me and they'll say hi, and I'll say hi back, and they'll introduce themselves. But if they don't if not active in the conversation, like keeping the conversation going, like asking me questions and stuff like that, I'm not going to be the one to get that going. So if they're going to kind of let it fizzle out, I let it fizzle out. Yeah, I'm just not willing to invest too much of myself anymore. Oh, if they do, for sure. Yeah, if I'm pinging off their energy, for sure. Morning, Mandy. Feeling very fatigued. Oh, because you were sick, eh? Quiet weekend. Yeah, I could do with a weekend to get over my weekend, to be honest. So what we're talking about, investing in things, our time and our energy, Hangman, changing our mind about that. So yeah, you might be seeing things from a different perspective now. You know, I've realised I'm a great catch, and they should make the effort, you know. And I'm not saying that other people aren't. I will make the effort back, but I'm no longer of the mindset or the feeling, the self-feeling that I need to prove myself in any way. I used to be bothered like whether people would like me or not. I'm not bothered about that anymore. There's plenty of people that like me. You know, I used to be bothered that people didn't choose me. But that's okay. People don't have to choose me, you know. A love match is quite a rare thing. A love match is quite a rare thing. So to feel bad that people won't choose me is just like saying, I don't know, it should be a love match when it's not, or you should be able to love match with like 95% of people, which you shouldn't, right? It's a rare thing, and it's okay for it to be a rare thing, I think. Seven of Pentacles, Hanged Man. The World. So it could be changing our minds. You could be changing your mind at the moment about how willing you are to invest in your time and your energy into the pursuit or into certain connections. Also might be changing your mind about what it means when someone else invests. I know I used to be on a love deficit, and so I used to hyper respond to any attention that a guy would give me. Like, oh, that one smiled at me, and then I'd be off in fantasy land about him. You know what I mean? It's like no particular investment on their part would have me in limerence and going off into a fantasy. I was a hyper responder to any kind of attention and anyone showing me any kind of love, because the lack of love that I've been shown previously. But now my life's full of love. I've got lots of friends, plenty of love. So that's changed. I mean, I guess I've only got plenty of friends and lots of love in my life now because I sorted that out within myself first. Anyway, the world, things are changing. I did my nails on Saturday too. It's like a rose gold with, it's got like foils in it. It's like, you can't really see it very well on camera. It's like little bits, it's not gold, but it's pretty. They're getting too long, my nails are getting too long because I'm not doing CrossFit anymore, so they're not breaking. The world. So, cycles completing and new cycles starting. We shift into it's like different phases of our life when we're coming from a different place in our inner world. Yes, we have changed internally, so I guess that means that our externals will change too, hey? Well, Five of Pentacles, well, it kind of means that we've got to keep going on this path alone. You change your energy and you keep on going on that path by yourself. Why? Because we've got to hold energy for a particular amount of time because we don't get instant manifestations. We've got to hold that energy for a particular amount of time before it manifests. But it's not just that, it's that we've got a whole, you know how I was talking last week about society in general is shifting. And so so we're waiting for them to shift too, in the ways that we're shifting at the moment. King of Cups. I used to have an Irish friend, and apparently the Irish shifting is like snogging. In England they call it snogging. In Australia, do they call it making out? Making out in America. I can't remember what Australians called it. Pashing. Pashing in Australia. Snogging in England. Shifting in Ireland. Making out in America. King of Cups, being more careful about who we let in. Because our energy is really important. We want to maintain that energy. Yeah, this is about maintenance of that inner energy, the inner shift that we've got. So we want to maintain that, so we're careful about who we let in. I had a really sweet conversation. No, conversation with a sweet guy. I work out with him sometimes. He's lovely. He was all giggly. I've never seen him out before. I've only ever seen him working out and sometimes on the beach when I'm walking. What a sweet guy. Not single though. So the King of Cups. Who are we going to let in? Gotta be careful. Oh, the Hermit card. It's not looking good, is it? Oh, but the Ten of Cups. Huh. I need to read both of these cards. The Hermit and the Ten of Cups, because the Hermit's like by ourselves, right? But the Ten of Cups is not. It's the fulfillment. So I want to read it. I do believe that the Ten of Cups came out first. But I'm not sure. They might have both come out at the same time. Come on. Let's do the Oracle of Mystical Moments today too. Oh, yeah. My back's hurting from laying down too much yesterday. Sedentary. Whew. My body doesn't like being sedentary at all. Hurts. Hurts more. Way more than exercise. So the Ten of Cups, I want to read this out because I do feel like there's something that's going to tell us. Ten of Cups is a scene full of peace and harmony. Yeah, peace and harmony. We can have that alone, right? We do have that alone. Have that with someone else. That would be nice. A couple, half human, half fish, emerge from the sea to watch a rainbow brightening up the sky. They're connected by their true everlasting love. Their 10 small fry are protected underneath the mother's plant-like dress. This card affirms the depth of family bonds and reminds you to count your blessings. Bliss, family, harmony, contentment, protection, blessings. It is. It's the happily ever after. It's that peace and harmony. But we've got the Hermit card, which is kind of alone, doing our own thing. 9. Yeah. The Hermit. The Hermit is a mermaid who sits on top of a rock. On the top of a lighthouse during the night. From her high position, she can look out over her vast surroundings, and she's connected to the darkening sky, which represents knowledge, spirituality, and wisdom. Alone with her inner thoughts, she holds up a lantern in the dark, illuminating the way. With her bright light, she's able to share her knowledge, and she guides the ships to safety. Introspection, solitude, beacon, knowledge, enlightenment. So she's like a beacon, she's like a lighthouse. Siren luring them in, just like there's a message here of just keeping that energy, and it's hard, isn't it? Keeping that energy, and we're bringing them in, we're bringing that happily ever after in, but we've got to hold that energy and keep that energy, not fall prey to the why isn't this working, why am I still, that we get into, that energy of questioning it all and doubting it because it's not happening yet. It's on its way. Why it's taking so long, I don't know, because they've been saying this for a long time. But then they also say, yeah, well, our experience of time is different than theirs. Well, they don't have time, but they can say something's about to happen, and to us, we're expecting it in the next 5 minutes, And that's not what they mean when they say it's about to happen. They're talking about the bigger scheme of things. So, what have we got? We've got a full moon coming, hey? What have we got to look forward to? Yeah, it's on Friday. Full moon on Friday. I'm supposed to be going to the hospital today, but I'm not going to. I can't be bothered anymore. I'm just looking for things that aren't there. Luckily, they didn't start using the power tools because they're making wardrobe rack things, clothes racks, and all kinds of things out there, chopping up metal and then soldering it out there, welding it, and then painting it up, and they're doing it right outside my room here. It's been days now, and trying to record the videos, and it's like, right in the middle of it. It's made it quite a stressful time. But yesterday, they didn't do it in the morning. They only started it once I'd opened my curtains, once I got up about lunchtime. I was lucky. I would have been really mad if they'd woken me up with that. Okay, so Oracle of Mystical Moments. What have you got to tell us? So we've got the waiting game, but it's not just waiting, it's waiting with that positive, holding that peaceful energy, that peaceful, contented energy as a beacon to bring them in. Sleeping Beauty's Dream. Aren't they beautiful, these cards? 3. I have to read these out because I have no idea this deck. Soul Journey. Power of imagination. Inner strength. We all know the story of Sleeping Beauty, who got pricked by a spindle and fell into a deep sleep. This card shows Sleeping Beauty asleep. I could do with a sleep. A hair thick like thorns surrounding a castle. Imagine if your soul could wander while you sleep. What places and people would it visit? It does, I'm sure. Envision what kind of journey you would have. Your soul is not tied to a certain place. It's able to tear down walls and scale a hedge of thorns. Like the bird, Sleeping Beauty gently holds in her hand. Your soul is ready to be freed and soar to all the places in your dreams. Well, we do that with our attention, don't we? Hello, Kay, Murray. We do that with our attention, right? Do you ever do it sometimes? Sometimes I'll like imagine like a place where I used to go when I was a kid and then take my attention there and be there again. Do you do that too? That kind of thing? Like go and visit places. So, our imagination is powerful and we can go there. Do you go there in your imagination about relationships? I don't much. Like I don't imagine being with somebody. Perhaps I should. For all I do these love readings and everything, once like the camera's switched off, I really don't put my mind to it much at all. Sometimes I think about it, like I will, on the weekend I will go on Tinder and just have a browse and see who's there and chat or whatever and see if anyone wants to ask me out on a date. But they haven't for a long time. I had just so many young guys flirting with me on Saturday night. It's just so weird. You know, they're younger than my children now. Oh, they're great fun. Like, wow, we played this game and it was so much fun. So me and my friend, we decided to go to my other friend's bar, Apple Bar, and there's a pool table in there. We wanted to go and play pool. We got there and it was like packed full of people, and we're like, oh no, we've got no chance of playing pool because it's just like a small bar with, it's only just bigger than the pool table really. And oh, they were playing this game because there was a lot of people there. It was so much fun. You have the black ball and the white ball, and you're only using your hands, and you all circle the pool table. I don't know what it's called. This Australian girl was telling me, Lauren, she was telling me about, she was kind of leading it all, telling us all the rules, and she said that she'd seen it played and saying what a great idea when there's a lot of people, because it's fast moving. Like Killer Pool, if you've played Killer Pool where there's a lot of people playing and you'll take a shot, that can get a little bit slow sometimes, but this is not slow at all. It's really exciting, in fact. But it's pretty complicated, but it's easy once you start playing it. Hey Shelley, hey Amy, hey Dedra. Ooh. Oh, so if anyone wants a mini read, the link to book in for one is here. Meanwhile, hello Llewllyn. Meanwhile, I'm just getting these cards out. Yeah, so I won't explain the rules, but you kind of take it in turns, and you've got to knock the black one in, and if you knock it in, then the next person loses a life. If you get the white in, you lose a life. If you lift the white ball up from the table, you lose a life. And you've got three shots at trying to hit the black ball if you don't hit it. Once you've hit it, it's the next person's go. It's fun. It was really fun and very fast moving too, because the black ball can't stop moving as well. It's got to be constantly moving. If the black ball stops, you lose a life. Very exciting game. I'm going to have to play that again. So yeah, I was hanging out with a load of young people. It was fun. Great people as well. Really high energy, positive, lovely young people. Sleeping Beauty's dream. Elixir of life. So you might want to use your imagination and not the imagination that works against us as limerent type of people as well, you know. Not the imagination that, like I was saying before, when you're on a love deficit and someone gives you a little bit of attention and then you imagine being in a relationship with them. Not that kind of imagination. The imagination now of, we've got to this place where we know what it is that we want, and imagining being in a relationship like that. I don't do that. I think I don't do that because I'm really liking my life right now. I really am. Especially because I'm socializing more, because I'm not going to CrossFit in the afternoons. I'm going walking on the beach, and if I go walking on the beach, if there's people in a beach bar, then I'll stop and I'll chat. And sometimes, like on Saturday night, no, I did go for a beach walk before I went there, but just more social, you know. Thanks, Dedra. So the elixir of life, healing, consolidation, reinvigoration, truth. A woman is leaning towards a deep red rose. She faces the flower with her eyes closed, concentrating on the lush bloom. She's receiving the sweet scent of nature and the energy of life. The wind rustles her hair, whispering the truths of the universe into her ears. She can hear her own breath mingling with the wind. Sitting quietly in nature by a stream or in a garden can help still our wandering mind and heal a troubled heart. There's energy here of receiving as well. And sometimes when we feel like we're on a deficit, like we're not receiving much and nothing's happening, we can forget that we can receive just like that. Like it says, we can go out into nature and receive from nature straight away. We can stop and we can notice what is around us. We can start appreciating everything. It's so easy to receive, but it's not when we're in that place of lack and sense of lack. Like nothing's happening for me. Like you might when you don't have enough money, that's a serious place of lack, isn't it? And it can be very hard to. If someone, said to you, just stop and notice and be grateful and receive. It's like, but I don't have enough. It's hard to do that, but we really can learn how to receive first the little things. Like I said, like the smell of a flower and, the butterfly that just flew past the window. And then the smiles from strangers or friends. And it can grow from there. This sense of receiving, of being open and enjoying and appreciating all that's around us. It's easier to do on a tropical island, I find, in a resort. Well, that reminds me, when I went for a swim yesterday afternoon. When I woke up, I threw my bikini on and went out to the pool. And there was a load of the kids that were out on Saturday night out there, and they're all hungover too. We were all a bit of a mess. It was a great night on Saturday. Sunrise and sunsets, yes. Saturday's sunset wasn't very spectacular, but it was good. All my friends there, it was good. Yeah. I posted my free question. I don't do free readings, Amy. This is free though, this general for those of us interested in getting into good relationships. Butterfly Garden is up next. I do love this deck. You can come visit. Yeah, come to the island. If you've been following, I haven't put another video out. I need to put another video out on my other channel. You've been following my other channel? Self-Care Claire. Butterfly Garden. Curiosity, discovery, small moments in life. Yes, what we were just talking about. A woman holds a blooming flower in her hand as she gazes toward the sky. On her head sits a butterfly, closely examining the purple petals. Enjoying the situation, the woman stands still and quietly soaks in her surroundings. She does not want to disturb the scene. In our daily life, there's so many possible moments that could be precious. If we just take time to notice them, be mindful of your surroundings and pay attention, ask, why is that there? And then make connections. Small observations can lead to great discoveries. And you know what? It gets you into a magical state of thinking as well. I like this reading because it's reminding us, to get in that moment and have this magical thinking. When we start appreciating everything that's going on, then we can start seeing it as magic, Then we start seeing like, oh, the universe put it there for me and it's leading me forward on these magical paths, that we have placed in front of it. It's like, where next? Where should I go next? Do you do that too? I do that. It's like, universe, show me this, and then I will really keenly look for the signs and then follow them. I need to do that more. It gets us into a state of receiving. It gets us into this state of magical thinking. It gets us noticing, watching for and noticing these signs. And it gets us led forward a lot faster, right? I forget sometimes to do that. I get in the drudgery. I'm like, okay, I'll make another reading, and then once I've done that, I'll walk on the beach. But it's, it's regimented. It's my habits rather than, and it's good, but it's habits rather than following the signs, It's not me being open, saying, okay, what about today? Where are we going today, universe? Show me. Let's close those curtains. The sun's coming in now. So yeah, let's get into that receptive mode and magical thinking. I see too many, can't do it all, you'll be late for dinner. I know, like life calls us back, right? The stuff we gotta do. Doing all these shorts now, and it's a lot of work. I don't know. I switched up the daily reads. I think it's from about, well, I'll find out because they're all here. From the 5th of October, there'll be a different style of daily. You're going to have to let me know if you like it or not. With shorts, but it's shorter daily. Kind of in the same style as, have you looked at I put Aries and I put Taurus out, those week ahead kind of readings, the dailies in that format, just 4 tarot cards with shorts that go with it. Apparently, YouTube doesn't think you are serious about your YouTube channel if you're not making shorts and doing much shorter form. I don't particularly like watching short form video. And I don't like doing the readings in that faster style. What do you all think? I don't know. We'll see. I might go back to how I'm doing the daily reads at the moment, because I kind of like that form. You like the shorts? Yeah, but when you see like the shorter longs that I do, when the dailies change into that short form, I don't know whether you're going to like it so much. It stresses me out when I make them that way, and there's a lot of editing. It takes me about 2 hours per video. An 8-minute video with 4 shorts. That takes me about 2 hours to make. Filming's quick, but then all of the editing involved. It's crazy. You don't like them? I know. I don't like them either. I don't think, but I don't think it's good for us to have a short attention span. It stresses me out to make it because I've got to do everything much faster, and like I say, it takes me a long time to do it. I don't think the content's not as good for me, and I think I much prefer relaxed. But the thing is that because the majority of people, probably not the people that watch me, but the majority of people generally on YouTube like shorter form videos, YouTube thinks, oh well, Claire's irrelevant, then it doesn't matter that my people like to watch long form. they won't put me in your YouTube. They won't put me in your YouTube feed because of the lack of shorts and stuff like that. So it's like being forced to do it in a way that I don't want to do it in a way. But perhaps there's a happy medium. Perhaps if I do it like normal long form and then just edit those to take shorts out of it, I think maybe that'll be the sweet spot. Then you don't have to watch the shorts if you don't want to. But tell you what, the shorts is bringing new people to my Facebook page in particular. Not so much on YouTube, but Instagram is getting a lot of traction on Instagram and on Facebook. Under my umbrella, Ella E. This is about friends, isn't it? Mix it up. Yeah. Don't like flashing and all of that. And yeah, that format. I'm not a big fan of them either, but hey, gotta do it. Under my umbrella, compassion, care, friendship, protection. It's about friendship. A man is perched on the back of a giant parrot. He's holding an umbrella which keeps the bird dry from the rain. This man is happy to help, does not fear climbing up on the big bird or a possible nip from a sharp beak. Oh no, the workers are here. It's gonna start soon. Oh no. Oh. He's optimistic that his small umbrella is good enough to protect the bird from the weather. He's a true friend, aware of the power of helping touch or smile to brighten someone's day. In turn, he's rewarded with a burst of colour in his own life. You see, this reading seems to be saying, like, get into your magical, like, notice what's around you, getting into your magical feeling and thinking again. Follow the signs, but start enjoying everything, what you are receiving, right? Sometimes when we're trying to manifest things, we can get so into lack focus instead of noticing all the great things that are in our life. Because there's many, right? Anyone want a mini read? If you do, you've got a question for your higher self, book yourself in now. Let's get some more cards out. I'll put these away. Sometimes we need these little reminders, don't we, to get like present. It's tricky, isn't it? Because I know habits, healthy habits are really powerful to get ourselves into like healthy regime and all of that kind of thing. It's really powerful. But then it does take us from that magical, in the flow, open to possibility state into the very mundane. So we've got, again, balance. It's always about balance, isn't it? Getting ourselves into that magical flow. What am I doing now? Let's get some of these out. Oh, let's use this tarot. I haven't used it for ages. This one, it's the Magical AF tarot. I think that's what it's called, Magical AF, or no, Accurate AF tarot. Oh, it's written away. That's good. They plug the power tools in my socket here on my thing, and sometimes when it's really annoying me, I just want to go out and pull it out of the socket and just stop them. Like, shut up. One time on Friday, I was done. I'd recorded the pick a card read, and I was just recording the last bit, which is the intro. And they started with the power tools, and I'm like, all I need is like 3 minutes of silence to do it. And each time they'd start it up, so I'd stop and then I'd do it again. But each time I wouldn't be able to get through the whole bit of the intro before they started it again. So I went out and like, stop! Can you just stop for 10 minutes and let me finish my work? And they said, yeah. And I didn't even need 10 minutes. I just like literally needed 3 minutes, and then I went out straight away and said, right, you can start. You can start making noise again. I wonder wonder what rooms they're doing it for, making all this furniture. They're amazing. They can make anything. They seem to be making like little tables and, as I say, clothes racks. The spirit of rings, productivity and endurance. We've got to stay the course. I don't know what the spirit of rings is. I mean, I can't remember these cards. Spirit of rings. Don't remember which card it's meant to be. Stay in the course, anyway. I think rings is cups. And then the Eight of Swords, overcoming fears, self-entrapment. So we've got to stay the course and overcome those fears. Like I said, not get into that negative headspace that we do. Just stay on course, stay the course, keep on going. Like that water card that we get, endurance. Water's stronger than rock because it endures. Keep going. Keep going and overcome your fears. Don't just keep going in your fears and saying it's not happening. What else? The High Priestess. These cards tend to come out there, they stick together. They've got that gummy edge on them. The Priestess, illumination and knowledge. Wisdom, our mind and our intuition together, our sense, our cognitive, what we know, knowledge, plus intuition. It's powerful and it's wisdom. High Priestess. Then, Five of Wands, frustration and opposition. You see, we've got Eight of Swords and then this. It's like a good card. It's like we're doing well and then it's like, oh, but there's this again, you know? The frustration. The energies, it's where we can go and it pulls our energy down. It's natural, human thing, you know? We get frustrated, you know, life. It is hard. But then we've got Ace of Rings, recognition and successes. We'll get there in the end. There's something here in this reading about we've got to keep on going. We've got to stay consistent. And remember the Seven of Pentacles as well. Careful what you're investing in. Just being like more careful with your energy. Careful with what you let in and be careful what you're investing in. We have to be consistent and hold good energy and we'll get ourselves there. Ace of Rings. I think rings. Wait, let me see. No, we've got cups. So rings isn't cups. Rings must be pentacles. Wands, yeah. Rings is pentacles. Okay, so the spirit of rings is, I don't know what. We've got it must be a court card, I would say. Just trying to find some more court cards and I can't. I'm literally only finding the major arcanas. Spirit of Wands. Maybe Spirit is Page. I don't know. Haven't used this deck for a very long time. Well, let's get some more round cards out, seeing as we're doing round cards right now. Let's find out where Divine Masculine energy is at, where Feminine energy is at. With a Wild Unknown Oracle, is it? I don't know. Can't remember. The Nectar. Is that what this deck is called? I can't remember. The Nectar. So Divine Masculine, the Nectar, the good things in life, enjoyment. be eating a lot at the moment. Indulging, perhaps. Got the riddle, trying to figure something out. Praying for something and trying to figure something out. So there's something that the Divine Masculine is asking for. But they're in this state of kind of perhaps indulging at the moment, enjoying life, indulging. What are they trying to riddle? What are they trying to figure out? Something that they prayed for. Praying for change. The unseen to reveal itself. It's like we can't get to each other at the moment. Both seeking each other. The Divine Masculine seeking the Divine Feminine, but can't find her. Trying to riddle it out, trying to figure it out. Can't find her. The vow. Seems like the Divine Masculine wants it bad though, like is determined. With those cards, with the riddle, the prayer, the vow, the unseen. So wanting that sweet stuff, the nectar. It's an energy of being certain about it, about what they want in relationship and looking for it for sure, but still trying to figure out. So I think this is like, I think what's going on at the moment, well, perhaps what goes on in this stage of whatever relationship journey we're on, once we know what we want and we get more picky, then it seems elusive to us. Because like I said, it's rare. A love match is rare. We can't expect 95% of people that we meet to be right for us. It's going to be more like 1% is right for us. And then I think that's when it seems like it's elusive, like it's hiding from us. It's less available because it's a numbers game. So the Divine Masculine could be coming across feminines that are just not right, and likewise with the Divine Feminine too, coming across masculines that aren't right for them. I've noticed that I'm connecting with great energy people now, really. Yeah, like those youngins that I was hanging out with on Saturday night, really great energy. There's one guy that just had beautiful energy. He was just shining, you know? So nice. But obviously not a love match because he was like 21 or something like that. Sweet energy to hang out with, but it's like, okay, that energy in someone that's my age, or around, at least around my age. The gem. Divine Feminine energy, the gem. I think Divine Feminine is realizing just what a gem they are, you know? And also, of course, looking for a gem too. Heart, focused on our heart as well. On feelings, on love. Someone to love. Divine Feminine. Not just someone to love, the one. So there's this knowing in the Divine Feminine of what kind of a partner would be right for her. The one. Just kind of waiting for it to show up. We'll recognize it. I'm clear. I'm really clear on what it is that I want. And I love that I've got like lots of great energy coming into my life in people, but yeah, not yet. Not yet that one. Gnosis, she knows, you see? It's that very strong knowing. And the healer. Healing. Still healing those parts of us that are yet unhealed. So then what is the delay? We still don't know what the delay is, right? We've been told that we need to hold this energy. Yes, because we know we don't get instant manifestation, so it might be you need to hold an energy for 3 months. Without getting frustrated, without getting negative. I don't think that's possible as a human being, is it? And we're allowed to be human, we're allowed to have that doubtful energy. I used to think that, when I was into law of attraction, I used to think, I've got to be perfect, I can't have a negative thought, otherwise it's me that's messing up my life. Now I'm not, and I know that the guides aren't like that. They're literally never like that in a reading, so why would that be true? We don't have to be perfect, we're allowed to be human, and I think the more you can love yourself through that humanness. Sometimes we'll get frustrated, sometimes we'll get into lack mentality, sometimes we'll be doubting, we'll be human, and it's okay to be human. We've got feelings, and it is disappointing. So, what's the delay? What is the delay? Lenormand I'm going to go to now. Lenormand. What's the delay? Well, there's more likely to be saying how it's going to happen. What's the delay? The cross, burdens. What's the delay? Clouds. What's clouds? Oh, let's read it all out. 36 cross. Is it 36 or is it 6? I think it's 36. People become attached to their burdens, sometimes more than the burdens are attached to them. In the Lenormand tradition, as in religion, cross is a symbol of burdens, suffering, and profound sacrifice. The cross card often signifies ordeals and trials that are unavoidable and sometimes necessary in order to progress in life's journey. So it's like, we just got to go through this. If it was easy, everyone would do it right. It's not easy. It's not easy stopping the whole game and just going for anyone and just dating and getting into relationships with the wrong one. To break out of that and go, actually, I'd rather be alone and wait for the right one. That is not easy, right? I don't see many people doing that. I see many people like going with the wrong one. Some of my friends are with the right person, some of my friends aren't. And of course, when they're with the wrong person, they break up or they start, cheating, wanting to cheat. But when they're wanting to cheat, what are they doing? They're trying to find them in the same places. See, like one of my friends in a terrible relationship, but rather than completely getting out of it, she's looking for someone else, but she's looking amongst the alcoholics still, and it's like, do you want more of the same? Why would you want more of the same? You are experiencing what that's like. So to break free of all of that, to recognize our patterns, to take a step back from that, it's necessary. Though the card is associated with grief and despair, it does not always have a negative meaning. The cross symbolizes spiritual ascension and the integration of a self that follows a spiritual quest. The cross card represents faith, devotion, unity, redemption, religious beliefs, the divine mercy, and universal spiritual energy. It can symbolize karma or fate, suffering, sacrifice, ordeals, devotion. And then the clouds is 6. Remember, I'm asking, what is the delay? If it's cloudy and raining, there are clouds and rain in my soul. I hear you, Jerzy Kosinski. Same. Luckily, I live in a tropical place, but when it's not sunny, my mood takes a hit. I mean, sometimes it's nice when it's not, but... This card shows clouds rising up from a dark cup of coffee or tea. Though a cup of tea may be a comforting image, the clouds warn that troubles can occur quite suddenly without warning, like storm clouds appearing on an otherwise pleasant day. Confusion and uncertainty can catch you unaware if your head is in the clouds and you're daydreaming when you should be focused. To gain clarity about an issue, you need to stay mentally grounded rather than allowing your thoughts to drift away. Again, this message of we need to be present. The cloud image warns you not to become lulled into a false sense of security. You need to pay close attention to whatever situation surrounding cards will indicate. Daydreaming. Distractions. Stay on course, but I'm asking what the delay is. So the delay could be that we keep on fantasizing away from it. Is it? Or are we just kind of getting used to the sacrifice we're making by saying, I'm not playing this game anymore, I'm going to hold out for what it is that I truly want? Is that the cross that we're bearing? Tell us more. The bouquet has come out with the snake. Ooh, that is a false offering. The bouquet is a love offer. But the snake, no. You see? No. So, right. We're still fantasizing about the false offerings. It's a burden. So we've got to break free of the limerence that we've experienced over someone that was a false offering. They weren't the right one. But we're still, our energy is still with them. Our energy is still fantasizing about them. The snake bouquet. So it's 7 and 9. Look before you leap, for snakes among sweet flowers do creep. Oh no. It's going to start soon. The snake card is a warning that appearances might be deceiving. People who seem to be your friends and allies could be deviously undermining you because of jealousy, resentment, or sheer ambition. Pay close attention to the card that immediately follows the snake, right? It's the bouquet. Ooh. Don't be dazzled and taken in by someone who seems charming but has their own agenda. When the snake card appears, make sure you keep your eyes open and see the situation for what it truly is. So we've had these snake bouquets. Bouquet represents much more than a bunch of pretty flowers you might see somewhere. These lovely flowers have been carefully selected, arranged and tied with a bow and are ready to be offered as a gift to someone special. So, like I said, it's when I used to be on a love deficit and I would react overly. I'd be a hyper responder to any kind of attention or any kind of caring. You know, someone did something for me and then I'd be like, wow, someone that did something for me, no one's ever done anything for me before. I'll have to give them the whole world and myself. That was how I used to be. But this is like someone who's carefully selected, arranged, tied with a bow, giving it to someone special, but it's a snake, you know? It's like, perhaps we're easy to read. Perhaps we're really easy to read and easy to manipulate. How can a guy get a lot from us? Well, they know how to do that. They know how to do that. They know how to offer us to get us hooked in. It's a happy card signifying intimacy, sincerity, harmony, and contentment in relationship. But it's with the snake, so it's not that. we have got to get better at, well, with the clouds. This is saying that we got hooked in by someone in the past and we're still hooked in by their energy. You might not be thinking about them a lot, perhaps just occasionally, but it feels to me like we need to rid them from our energy and then not be susceptible to this kind of thing again. Isn't it the hardest thing? Because part of us we want to fall in love, right? And to do that requires a risk. It requires us to enter into it and have a positive mindset. But it's what this is saying is that we did that too much. We were overly positive. We weren't seeing someone as they were. We were hyper responding to too little offered, and then using our imagination against us. So not do that again. But then we want to be open and innocent, right? So tell us about the cross then. Burdens. Choices. Burdened by the choices. Tell us about the clouds. This imagination thing. Woo. Child. Innocence. It's hard, isn't it, when there's a beautiful part of ourselves that ends up working against us. It's like, but I like that side of me and I want to bring that side of me out when I fall in love. The universe is saying, but be careful. It's like you've got to save it. Save it for once you've figured out that someone's right first. But then have we missed that sweet moment? I don't know. Tell us about this bouquet and this snake. Someone from the past. Yeah, we're focused on it. The man looking in that direction. Got to let go of somebody here. That's why the delay. We've got to let go of somebody. Someone that we were innocently kind of going along with, but that we were burdened by. Let's read choices out. Burdened by the choices. Unlike the Mountain card, which offers limited options for finding solutions, Choices card reveals that you have a multitude of paths to consider, the many ways through the labyrinth of life decisions. Choices card illustrates that there are no wrong answers. Even if you find yourself in a corner, you can always turn around and try another direction. Though you feel like you might be right back where you started, you now have greater knowledge of the landscape and of your choices. The ladder shows yet another option and a new perspective. Use as many tools and resources available to you to deal with the challenges. When the Choices card appears near an ominous card, the outcome is not yet determined, but you are. Right. So, yes. We've got to choose better. Right? That's what the guides have been telling us. And then the clouds, the imagination along with the child card, it's all about that sweet, innocent side of ourselves. New beginnings, fresh starts, youthfulness, new approaches, cheerful, honesty, open-minded, being open, inexperienced, just a bit naive really, naively imaginative. And then the man, 28, I'm a man. Yeah. It may represent the male being read for, or it's a man, you know. It's a man, a snaky man, one that did the right things or knew how to kind of ensnare us, and you know. And I think that's that's not like a malicious thing. I think that's what just men have been taught to do. Like women have been taught to use. We've been taught to use our seductive powers. And you've got to remember this burden, the burden of, you know, stopping playing that game and just going out with anyone. The people that are still in that energy of just going out with anyone, of not choosing what's really right for them, and not being really clear on what it is that they truly want for a long-term relationship, those people are going to be attracted to you, and they're going to still be playing the game kind of thing. Not in a malicious way. It's not a malicious way. It's just, that's what they do. That's what we all do until we learn to stop doing it because it's not getting us what we want. So someone that wasn't even thinking about their long term and wasn't really clear on what they wanted offered us something. It wasn't a true offer, but apparently we're still thinking about them. Gotta let go of them. Damn it, I thought I had. Okay, that's what I've got. Thanks everyone for coming along. Let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. And any mini reads, one question readings book now will be done in Wednesday's show. I'll be putting out a pick a card read and Gemini's reading later on. Both the shorts for the Gemini's reading and the shorts for the pick a card reading and the longs for those too. So check that out. Don't forget to click like before you click off this video, and comment, because your comments get your entries into the prize draw. Have a good one, everybody, and I will see you in 2 days' time.